Oh, man.
Hello, Scott. My captain told me that she wanted to see you.
Is it related to you? Are you sick?
No. Not that I know of. She didn't tell me why.
Oh, well, should I take my pouch then? It's an important question. I should still take it, though, but it's a little heavy. All right, I'm leaving without it.
I think I have a problem with going through your friend's things. I hope whatever you're looking for, it's worth it.
I'm trying to find information about the past. It's personal, okay?
Forget it. Couldn't understand. The officers, they aren't like us. They're above all that.
Fortunately, this is beyond my skill level.
Hello, Mancer.
Hello? I found some of your father's letters.
I knew it. Tell me.
Most of the correspondence was friendly. They were very close. However, there was some tension between them over time. Some letters gloss over an expedition that they had done together, but what surprised me the most is when your father talks about a boy who was actually Scott's son. The last letter I found is a bit bizarre. I didn't really understand what he meant.
What did he mean? Do you remember?
Your dad begged Scott to stop the madness, warning that his wife's divorce was only the beginning of what he would lose if he couldn't face the truth. That it was too late for his son. He seemed to think Scott was on the verge of self-destruction.
It's true that it's rather mysterious. Scott, a son. Did you know?
No, he never told me about him. He obviously lost him. No doubt it's still a touchy subject.
We have to find out what this is all about. You have to ask his wife. Did my father really mean to interfere in his family drama? Maybe that's why he disappeared? Please, Zachariah!
Hey, you! Please! Please stop! I need your help! Please!
You is one of them technomancers, ain't ya? Heard about you. One of them fancy officers supposed to be our protectors.
We do what we can.
Then maybe you the man I should ask for help. You see, I got a daughter. Prettiest thing you ever seen. So sweet and kind and everything a mom'd ever want in a baby girl. Kind of daughter makes you just bubble with pride. But she's gone now. Just disappeared. And I know you ain't know her, but I promise you.
I'll do my best. What's her name?
Sarah. Her name is Sarah.
Still shaking.
Must have been a roar bastards. Make the slightest move, you're a dead man.
I'm sorry to... You Angela Seeker, Scott's wife?
Ex-wife? What did the...
Nothing bad. He's a friend.
A friend? Right.
Just looking for some information on one of his friends. Mark. And your son.
Get out. Get out! What right do you have coming around digging up the past?
I'm not here to make you relive your pain. And I'm sorry if that's what it looks like, but I'm here for Mark's daughter. She sent me to try to figure out what happened to her father.
I'm sorry that young woman's suffering the pain of loss, too. But I can't drown in mine anymore. I won't. Won't talk about it again.
Listen, I think Mark's disappearance was tied to Scott's research, and your son. And I know you were a researcher too, so I'm hoping you'll be able to help me understand the research better. Maybe even find your old friend.
Scott's belief that science could solve anything made him lose any time, eventually drove him crazy. Take your research elsewhere. Let me return to my peace.
Listen, you help me, I can help you. Just looking for some give and take. I only have this to offer.
That's not enough to make a difference. Go away. Leave me alone.
Fine. And what is somewhere?
You ain't wanted here, pal. Piss off! Get him! You ain't wanted here, pal. Piss off!
Mr. Mancer, the sight of your face has started to give me agita. To what do I owe the displeasure this time?
I'm looking for a prostitute named Sarah.
And you wouldn't be the only one. She was quite the popular menu item for the boys at the barracks, until she disappeared, like a puff of once lucrative smoke. You catch wind of her, you'll let me know. I'd be much obliged. Wish I could give you a bearing, but the truth of the matter is, the doll simply disappeared, along with a potential profit I'm not happy to have seen go with her, but would pay to see returned, with or without some added bruising as a lesson in running off.
I gotta go.
Then go.
Great. Minutes, 6. Well,
Door's locked from the other side. Guess we're going around.
Sorry to bug you again, but I need to find out what happened.
used to be. The curiosity's only its mind.
So you find my girl yet?
Popular young girl you got there. Word is the mob's looking for her too, but she slipped away. Maybe one of her regular clients could help.
Oh, well, let me think. There was one fella was deep into my Sarah, if you catch my drift. Spent all his serum, time, attention on my baby girl. John Labor, I believe. Fella from the slums. But if you're gonna find him there, you have to go at day's end. During daylight, the boy works round them military warehouses with the rovers.
No way I'm gonna find the girl's client at this hour. Probably working. I'll just come back later tonight. Fortunately, this is beyond my skill level.
Make the slightest move, you're a dead man. I'd advise you to not try anything. I'd advise you to not try anything. I'd advise you to not try anything.
No way I'm gonna find the girl's client at this hour. Probably working. I'll just come back later tonight. Sorry to bug you again, but I need to find out what happened. Listen, you help me, I...
That's not...
Make the slightest move, you're a dead man.
All right, keep it that way.
I'd advise you to not try anything.
No way I'm gonna find the girl's client at this hour. Probably working. I'll just come back later tonight.
These beggars seem to be multiplying. Where could they be coming from?
I'd imagine the slums.
Hi.
Lieutenant, how can I help you?
Captain Eliza told me to come find you for my pay.
Indeed, I've been expecting you. Here you go.
You already back, Lieutenant Zachariah?
No way I'm gonna find the girl's client at this hour. Probably working. I'll just come back later tonight.
I'd advise you to not try anything.
Sorry to bug you again, but I need to find out what happened. Listen, you help me, I can help you. Just looking for some gift. I'll start. Take this.
You want to trudge up my pain again? For a little serum? What's worse is, I'm gonna let you. I'm desperate, and you're taking advantage. The son Scott and I had was everything to me. The only thing I had while Scott worked and worked, just doling out all his love into his research. Not for some greater good, but for his own ego. All he cared about was being seen as a hero in abundance. And all the while, his son was mutating. When Scott finally realized it, it was too much for him. He snapped. Wanted us to hide our kid. Then threw himself even deeper into his damned work. Mark was one of our friends. When he found out what was happening, he tried to make my stupid genius of a husband leave his research. Scott knew better, though, of course. And our son got arrested and taken away with the other mutants. Scott just kept going. So convinced he could find a cure. So convinced he even finally managed to get Mark to buy into it all. And the two went away for a long time. I don't know where. I just knew I was done. So I filed for divorce. And he came back empty-handed and to an empty home. Later, I heard Mark disappeared too. He was probably looking for a cure to satisfy Scott's inability to just let it go. But I don't know. And honestly, I don't care. I lost my son and my husband. And now I take petty sums of serum to relive it all again. Please. Please, just leave me alone now.
Hell, I can feel for what the old man's been through. I've known some folks myself who went through the same thing. Terrible thing. Breaks couples up, you know. Stress of never being able to have kids again.
Why never again?
Because they sterilize families who've had a mutant to make sure they don't have no more.
It's sad, but it's the only way to protect our own kind. At least now I understand why the professor's so, you know...
No way I'm gonna find the girl's client at this hour. Probably working. I'll just come back later tonight.
Hello, Mancer.
Hello. I talked to Scott's ex-wife.
So, what did she say?
It's an awful story. Her son. Anyway, their son was struck by mutation. They took him away from them, of course, but it made Scott go crazy, and he was convinced that he could find a remedy. He asked for your father's help, so they left together, and were gone for a long time. Their exploration apparently didn't lead to anything concrete for the boy, and Scott descended into madness. And then one day, Mark left. His ex thinks that it was to bring back something useful for his research, and he never came back.
Shit. So my father's disappearance is related to that poor kid? It's really awful what they must have gone through. That explains a lot about why he's so crazy, and also why he behaves as if we were his kids. Thank you, Zach. That doesn't answer all my questions, far from it, but I have a better grasp of what happened. My father disappeared by helping his best friend, who was going through a rough patch and wanted to heal his child. It's a sad but beautiful story, isn't it? I'm gonna think about all this. Thank you again.
You're not like other girls, are you?
Is that supposed to be a compliment? Or are you being a wise ass?
You just don't talk like the rest.
I drive a Rover. I don't sit around sipping brightly colored drinks with brainiacs talking about the philosophies of life. You don't like the way I talk? Take a number and shove it up your educated ass. Take any one of them uppity shits and put them in a rover, driving through sandstorms and seeing
Okay.
crazy shit every fucking
sorry.
day, and tell me they won't start talking a little more colorfully.
Easy, killer. I'm not judging you. Doesn't bother me. I was just saying.
You were a fucking rogue before, so unless the army made you soft and... Sorry. Just a little defensive. Hear that shit a lot.
Bitch. Fuck you up.
Hey, you John Labor?
That depends. What's this about?
You alright? Look a little worse for wear.
Oh yeah, never better. What do you want?
A young woman worked around here. Name was Sarah.
The girl's gotten popular. A lot of people looking for her these days. What's it to you?
Just a guy trying to help her out. What do you say?
She just wanted a chance at life is all. So she headed to the exchange to start it. May still be there. Leave me alone now. I don't need no more trouble.
Hey! What you doing here, huh? What do you want?
Nothing from you. I'm here for...
Gal? Great. Sorry she's ours. Maybe you can come back later after we're done with her. You can get the hell out now and never come back! Or do you need me to help you out permanently?
Please! Please! There!
Shut your fucking mouth, bitch! Fuck, your lucky damaged goods are worth less, or I'd drop a hammer on your teeth!
Okay.
Yeah, I think we've got a little misunderstanding. I need to talk to the girl, and you don't really have a choice here.
Is that so?
Thank you! Thank you so much! I can't even tell you how much...
Listen, do what you want. I don't think running's your best option. Never stop once you start. And your mother's waiting for you. You're her world, you know that?
Oh yeah, right. Sweet, loving mom. You know what she makes me do? What did she offer you to bring me back? A membership card?
She's your mother. I'm sure she loves you. But to be honest, that's between you and her. Not me. But my advice? Go see her. Talk to her.
Fine. Whatever. I'll go see her. Sure, it'll do a lot of good.
So I've got some good news and bad news for you, ma'am. I found your daughter with the mob. Seems she owed some serum.
That girl, she's gonna be the death of me. Getting involved with that Anton, that bastard. He ain't gonna let her go until he sucks us dry of serum. But thank you. You done what you could. Done good. And you done a mother's heart even better. I ain't got much for your troubles. Nothing but myself. But I'm sure a young man like you ain't have no interest in a tattered bag of bones like mine. So I hope my thanks is enough.
By opposition, you mean terrorists? You ever been to the Curiosities?
A couple of times, but I don't like going through that neighborhood too much.